says, being married to a police officer is not what people think it is. It says, it is not cute photos in uniform, and it's definitely not like the shows. There's no neat ending at the end of the night where everything makes sense. Most days it feels unfinished, like something is always hanging in the air. It is waking up in the middle of the night because you heard sirens in the distance and your heart starts racing before your brain can catch up. It's checking your phone more than you want to admit, just hoping there's nothing you need to worry about. It is learning how to live around a schedule that changes without warning. Birthdays get moved, holidays get shortened, dinners get cold. You stop expecting things to go as planned because most of the time they will not. It is watching the person you love walk out the door and pretending it feels normal, even when it never really does. You learn to say goodbye without making it heavy, and even when it is. It is becoming fluent in silence. You can tell the difference between a long day and a bad one without a single word being said. Sometimes you ask questions. Sometimes you do not because you already know they are carrying more than they can put into words. It is holding space for things you will never fully understand. You hear pieces of stories and fill in the gaps with your own imagination, knowing the reality is probably worse. There are parts of their world you will never be part of, and that's something you learn to accept. It is pride, but not the loud kind people expect. It's quieter than that. It shows up in a way you stand a little straighter when people talk about what they do. It shows up in the way you defend them when the conversation turns ugly. It shows up in the way you keep going, even on the hard days. It is also fear, and it does not go away. It just becomes something you learn to carry without letting it take over everything. It is loving someone whose job changes them little by little. It is noticing the shift in how they see the world and figuring out how to meet them there without losing yourself in the process. It is not glamorous. It is not easy. It is not something most people would choose if they really understood it. But it is real. It is raw. It is a kind of love that is steady even when everything around it is unpredictable. That's the thoughts of a police wife. So anyway, we won't go into it, but just think about that continual attendance in Romans 13:6.